I'm so upset. I already recorded this video, but my dumb self here didn't press the button all the way, and I was recording doing off camera. That's okay. I didn't finish recording the last video, but you know what? Just here. Take the intro. Just take it. Welcome back. Hello, curious strangers. So, let's talk. I am no stranger to writing fan fiction. I like reading it. Sometimes I'll get like this bug in me where I just need to go read some Smash OC / canon with some craziness. That being said though, real life fan fiction really stresses me out. And I can't really explain the weirdness that I feel. It like makes me inwardly cringe to a point where it's like it almost hurts me. Almost. But that's just me. That's just my personal opinion. I will never smash anybody else's dreams. I'm not gonna smash on that. However, I am gonna slightly make fun of it for the sake of this video. So, I mean, the good thing about me having to do this again, I already have archives of our own pulled up. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna read some fan fiction on archives of our own about Avenged Sevenfold. So, here we go. I still can't get over this title. This title is called M Shadow's Birthday Sex One Shot. For the sake of anonymity, I'm not gonna give any of the authors. If you want to go search these on archives of our own all by yourself, that's cool, dude. I don't want people to think I'm personally attacking them, which is why I'm gonna leave the authors out. And I also don't want people who have archives of our own accounts to see this and be like, whoa. And I also don't want, again, the authors to think I'm personally attacking them. That being said, bring on the cringe. Jess! I heard my brother Johnny scream from downstairs. I was currently getting ready to go to his best friend Matt's birthday party. He was 34 today and had recently separated from his wife, so my brother Johnny and the rest of his bandmates / best friends were throwing him a party to cheer him up. I mean, okay, at least it's not cheating, but M Shadows and Valerie forever. Five ever? Yeah, that's a thing. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to make fun of you. I'm almost done! I screamed down to Johnny as I stood in front of the mirror, fixing my short black dress, pushing my cleavage out. I wanted to look extra sexy, because as long as I can remember, I've had a crush on Matt, and he was finally single. Can't blame a girl for trying.
LOL.
Do you want people to take you seriously? Don't put LOL in your freaking fan fictions. Maybe you don't want people to take you seriously. What do I know? I'm just gonna preface, I'm not one of those type of fans that have, like, a sexual boner for Avenged Sevenfold. I have a definitely 100% mental lady boner for M Shadows. I don't want to physically engage in any sort of intercourse of sexual activity. I more so just kind of want to, like, pick his brain. Like, he's a fascinating person to me. Yes, he's attractive, but I have husband bae, so it's like, I don't know. Like, yeah, he's attractive, but at the same time, it's more like, I kind of just want to know you and be friends. I got a smile on my face as I sat daydreaming about Matt. He was perfect, tall, muscular, and tattooed. Can't complain about that. He had the voice of an angel, but when he screamed, he made my panties wet. Oh. My goodness. Ooh. Okay. Or, mentally stimulate my thought process and inspire me to do great things. But whatever, okay, panty sweat, that's cool. I loved seeing him on stage. His energy, the way he worked the crowd, and wow, I loved when he used to sing shirtless. He really needs to start doing that again. Okay, passive-aggressive in this fan fiction. Like, Matt's gonna actually read this and be like, you know what, yeah, I should start singing shirtless. But I also make these videos, like Matt's gonna read these or watch these videos. That's never gonna happen. What do I have to complain? Let's just keep going. I heard my brother scream at me to hurry up, so checking my appearance once again in the mirror, I rushed downstairs, satisfied with how sexy I looked. Nice. A lot of this is gonna get cut out, so if I jump around and Jim Jamble, like, that's why. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. We're just gonna pick apart some funny parts. Whoa, Jess, you are looking smoking, said Lacey, my sister-in-law. Yeah, who are you trying to impress, said Johnny, suspiciously. No one. Jeez. I blushed. Yeah, right, we know who you're looking nice for, Lacey teased.
Shut up, you guys, let's go,
I said, getting red-faced once again. We went in and immediately ran into the rest of the boys. Where's Matt? We shouted above the loud music. He's hiding in his room. Won't come out, said Brian. Maybe you can convince him to come out, Jess, said Zachy, wagging his eyebrows at me. Everyone in the band knew about my crush on Matt. Well, except Matt, that is. Oh, that was a run-on sentence. There was no comma for me to pause. Should I do a video on the importance of the Oxford comma?
LOL, LOL.
I'll try, I said, running upstairs to Matt's bedroom. Okay. I softly knocked on Matt's door, but doubted he would hear me above the music, so I slowly opened the door. He was laying on the bed with a bottle of vodka in his hand. You know, in every single outtake, I've always seen him with some Jaeger, but vodka's good too. I mean, you can make bad decisions with vodka. I have.
Hey, Jess!
He yelled loudly. He was obviously buzzed. Is he buzzed or is he drunk? Okay, this is already turning rapey. I don't like this. Don't have sex with people while they are intoxicated. They can't give consent. Matt smiled down at me, his dimples beaming. I will admit, my friend Emily, who I mention too many times in my videos, she loves my dimples. Emily has a lady boner for dimples, and so one of the reasons that she is lady bonering towards M Shadows is definitely for his beautiful dimples, which you can see through. Yes, his dimples are cute, I'll admit it. So since you're here, where's my birthday present? Matt teased. Well, what do you want? I said, laughing. I can think of one thing I want, said Matt, leaning down to me, his face inches from me. My breath caught in my throat and I blushed. What was he doing? I could even think he smashed his lips down on me, and it was as if time stood still. I couldn't believe this was actually happening. In an animalistic moan, I climbed on top of Matt, never once breaking the kiss. Where? Were you laying down? Ooh, this got dirty really fast. So, to save grace, because I don't know if any younger audiences view this, we're gonna move on to the next one. This is called Bordello. The synopsis for this story. Brian is a prostitute. Matt is a man whose intentions weren't to fall for the beautiful man. Okay. I am so uncomfortable. Brian was a work of art. He was one of the most beautiful humans you'd ever see. Some of the most remarkable and irresistible woman could not compare. Brian found himself being the sin that made people question their sexuality. Every part of him had something beautiful to it. He had long, dark, almost black-brown hair that fell past his shoulders in dark, luscious waves. You could run your fingers through it and not come in contact with one tangle. It was softer and lovelier than silk. I'm just here. I'm just here to make videos and read cringy fanfiction. Brian was just a sick exception brought to you by God himself. Or maybe it was the devil. Brian smiled at a particular man who sat somewhat in the back at a lone leather chair. I wonder who this could be. The man was watching Brian with not eyes of lust, but eyes of curiosity. I immediately regret making my name rhyme with curiosity. Brian was curious as well, because he'd never seen any man look at him that way. He swayed those thin hips of his as he made his way over to the curious man. Thin hips? Thin hips? That's a weird description for hips. The man had light brown curly hair that was slicked back with nothing but natural gravity-defying air. I don't get that. Natural gravity-defying air was slicked back. I'm very confused. If you guys can, if you know what, if anybody can describe this to me in a way that I can understand as a person, please comment down below and let me know. He was toned and looked about 6'2" if he was standing. Brian himself reached 5'10". His dark brown eyes met the hazel, and Brian found himself grinning. He smirked and leaned down to the man, so their faces were about a foot apart. This is supposed to be an intimate story. This is a foot. This is a ruler. foot apart. If I'm trying to get intimate with somebody, I'm at least 6 inches apart. Hi, the simple word rolled off of his lovely tongue. I hate it when people describe tongues. God, it stresses me out. The man nodded again. Hi yourself. He gave Brian another generous look over. The man brought a hand up to Brian's waist and let his hand run up and down the smooth skin in the most gentle motion he could muster. Brian's gaze returned to the man and he muttered lightly, Brian. The man continued to stare down Brian's body. Matt. Yes, this exists. People look at sinister gates and M shadows and think to themselves,
I want them to fuck.
people look at them and think,
Brian would be a great prostitute.
do you see where I'm coming from with the weirdness? Matt, Brian spoke in appreciation. I like that. He nodded. I like that a lot. Now, Matt, he started and moved himself to sit in Matt's lap, and Matt moaned at the motion, resting his hands on Brian's sharp hips. Yeah, Matt looked up, finally meeting Brian's beautiful gaze again.
Do you like me? Do you like the way I look?
He moved his arms around Matt's neck, eyes training down to fix on Matt's soft-looking plump lips. Who wouldn't? You're absolutely beautiful. He enjoyed the close proximity and the warmness of Brian's breath on his face. Anytime, Matt replied lightly, relishing the subtle exchanges of breath. Brian chuckled lightly, his thin lips pressing together slightly. You're not the typical man I see and hear. He took a deep breath and leaned himself more onto Matt's body. Now, why is that? So it goes into, I'm not, like I said, I'm not reading all of these. So then, why are you here? Brian was slightly offended for a moment. The men never showed a sign of distaste or spoke to him in such a way. We'll never find out. Could you like imagine this? Like, obviously somebody did. I wish you guys could just crawl in my brain and just understand how I feel. Anyway, let's get back to the fan fiction. Brian was used to putting on a show for the men, but this man was different. This man was sexy. This man was actually turning him on, and he didn't know why. So, he didn't want to think about how this man was actually quite appealing, so he decided to talk. Why are you here if you're only intending to get your kicks from laughing at these men? He looked Matt up and down, biting his bottom lip. Who does that? Who comes just to laugh at these fools? Don't you have anything better to do? I do, actually. I have a million things better to do right now. Matt smiles at the feisty attitude. It amuses me more than it should. Also, I'm a writer, and I figured it would be another experience to be able to write about. Ah, I see. Work, basically. Brian raises an eyebrow, staring up at Matt with a little smirk. You could say that. Matt's eyes meet Brian's once again, and their gazes stay fixed together. They don't speak for a moment, and then Brian looks away with a gentle laugh. Well, Matt, he's moved himself back onto the bed. You want to get me done? Oh. My word. Such a way with words, Matt thought with a smile. Actually, no. Matt smiled lightly, and Brian's face fell. I am so uncomfortable. Brian was breathing loudly. Teeth clenched. His gentle eyes were wide with anger.
So you don't want to fuck me?
No. That's exactly what I'd say. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'd love to, but not tonight. No, I didn't come for that. He leans in and gives Brian a light kiss on his perfectly shaped cheek. Brian shook his head, not understanding. It really didn't make any sense to him. This man made no sense to him. Well, okay then, I guess you'd better go now. But I'm going to have to pay, so I want to get my money's worth. He grinned, obviously being sarcastic, as if money wasn't really an issue, and Brian sighed, exasperated, rolling his eyes. So, you do want to have sex, he stated. No, Matt said firmly. Then what? I'd just like to talk to you, enjoy your beauty, and then leave. Is that so weird to you? Matt knew it was a dumb question. It's always interesting to me, just what people come up with. Markiplier? Markiplier, if you ever read this or watch this video, I am sorry. It's not sexual. Darn. But it's really, really weird. It's called Throwing Punches. And the synopsis is, an all-or-nothing fight between two unlikely fighters. Place your bets, take a seat, and witness a fight of the century. It's like you dive in, and you think, oh, you know, I wonder what's on the internet today. And then you find a fan fiction that is about Markiplier fighting M Shadows. Even in the notes, never thought I'd see the day where YouTubers and metal singers collide, but here we are. You didn't see the day. This didn't happen. This didn't happen. You didn't see the day. There was blood, both fresh and drying, staining both opponents' faces. Their mouth guards were glistening with tinted saliva slowly rolling down their chins and the plastic shielding their teeth. The blinding lights of the area perfectly highlighted the forming bumps and bruises. Both panting, hunched men were going to be adorned for the weeks to come. Black tie announcers were pushing their voices to the limits, rasping out what little energy their throats had left for the night. Matthew's going in for another swing, and oh, Mark ducks before there's any contact. Mark's taking his chance and going for a high kick for this one. The announcers were electric, their voices finding a sudden second wind. Matthew half-blocked. Who calls him Matthew? Maybe his mom? I don't know, I'm actually uncomfortable calling him Matt. It feels disrespectful. I don't feel worthy to use his real name, so I usually just call him M Shadows. Matthew, half blocked, half took the kick, his red glove the opponent delivered, grunting at the hard contact it gave. He had to give it to the kid, though. 10 minutes into the fight, and he was shedding blood like a dog shedding fur on the couch. His short hair tousled around his head, and bloodied saliva glossing his lips rapidly. Okay, I'm just gonna skip and see who wins. Let's see who wins. Okay, Markiplier won. Alright, that's all I have the patience for. I might do this again. There's a lot of them on Archives of Our Own. So, if you liked this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Maybe hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, because I think I definitely will do more of these. I laughed hysterically at this, and this is probably tilted, but you know what? I'm not here for quality. I should be, but I'm not. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Oh, Lord. You know what? Just do the outro. I'll see you next week. I'm done.